Hi Cancer, welcome to your new moon solar eclipse in Aries reading for April 20th, 2023. New moons bring in new cycles. The solar eclipse energy can be felt up to 6 months. So you may want to refer to this reading again or take some notes or just get a general overview of what could happen over the next 6 months. Your theme is great. It's the Magician card. And this is your vision, right? This is the big vision that you have. It's your concept of who you are, of what you want to be, of what you want to create. It's mastering a skill, but it's also self-mastery. And mostly it's self-mastery. It's manifestation, it's leadership, it's self-confidence, not as much as the Chariot card, but, well, I guess the Magician has to be pretty self-confident to have a vision. But what you are doing now is something that, it's like your springboard. You have the concept, you have the vision now, and it's something that you will always refer back to as you go further into your planning. So let's say you get to the point where you've actually manifested something and you can look back and say, well, how does this reflect on my initial vision, on what it is, or my concept of what it is that I wanted to start out with? So it's a really important step. It's the first step, but it's the step because it's what you're going to measure everything else against, right? Okay. So let's see what the 2 weeks is bringing for you. Like I said, new moons bring in new cycles, and you have a very nice one here with the Four of Wands. These are people, places, situations that invite you into their arena because they think like you, they act like you, they like your idea, they like your concept, they like your vision. This can even be the marketplace, a place where you can direct your idea or vision to be placed in. It's celebrations. It can be rites of passage, marriage, bar mitzvahs, birthdays, retirement. It's all those kinds of rites of passage. But it's bringing stability to it. 4 always brings foundation and stability. So this is bringing stability and foundation to your passions. Okay, 3 of Swords. It's an odd combination, but we are looking at 6-month periods, so a lot can happen then. Now, there may be a situation that you leave in favor of another group, and maybe this tugs at your heart a little bit with the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords are the feeling of being separate. And so it's very possible that maybe you think your idea doesn't belong anywhere, but there is a group that it does belong with, or it feels outside of the box, outside of the norm. And where can this fit then? Where does this belong kind of energy? The 3 of Swords is actually healing from a broken heart. So perhaps where you have once felt left out or you felt like you didn't belong somewhere, you do actually find people and places that fit you like a glove, that have the same vision that you do. And so the 3 of Swords is no longer feeling separate when we find that stability, right? When we find those people and those places where we think we can fit, or where we think our ideas and our visions can fit. Where our skills are needed and accepted. Nice. How you are behaving is the Sun. I like that. I do feel like you might be leaving something in favor for something else. I do have that feeling. The sun is a sunny energy. It's revitalization, it's rebirth, it's feeling joyous, it's social and happy and vulnerable, right? With that little naked baby. But it's okay because you're behind these protected walls, right? You feel free to do that. You feel free to be vulnerable. You feel free to let your hair down and let your inner child show. And it can be good health if you have been experiencing some difficult physical, mental, emotional instability. The sun really brings a sort of rebirth and healing with it. It could be in the spotlight. You could be very social. You could just feel young again, or reliving a youthful time, or just feeling youthful. Gosh, you have some very up and down energy here, Cancer. But there's worry involved. This could be timing. This could be timing. So this is our mental faculties running away with us, the Nine of Swords. And it's a thought that, what if it doesn't work out? What if this is not the right thing? They're not the right people, not the right situation. But it's letting that thought run away with you. If you are experiencing some mental and maybe some emotional difficulties, but it starts mentally here because it's the suit of swords, right? That's the element, and element air is thinking, thoughts, and action. It could be planetary because the bedding, the comforter that she's under, the quilt that she's under, has all the stars and symbols of the planets, and that means that the planetary actions, you're under a blanket of planetary action. There's nothing you can do about it except stop worrying, except stop letting that worry run away with you. It's a thought that turns into something much bigger and not even based in reality at that point, at the point of the Nine of Swords. But it is worry. But it's worry that's gone beyond. You could have some sleepless nights, and that could also be due to some, especially with the moon and the eclipse, you could have some sleepless nights. And it could also be because you have a lot of energy where the sun is concerned, right? That is a revitalization. That's very youthful energy. And it could keep you up at night. It could just be as simple as that. And it could also just be as simple as maybe you have back pain, because this can be pain, physical pain, and you need to get a new mattress or change your bed or change your bedroom around. It can be that simple because you have such wonderful cards up here. Okay, you have the Hierophant. Aries, I believe, had it in this position. Aries or Taurus. It's my no card, but it doesn't have to be. Let's see what that's with. Temperance. Okay, nope, it's just kind of like waiting patiently. So maybe it's no, not right now. Or maybe so the Hierophant is institutions, traditions. It's government, it's the DMV, it's schools, it's red tape, it's standing in line at the DMV, it's all that kind of red tape stuff. And it's initiation. It's like, first you have to do this and then we'll let you into our club, right? First you have to know the keys to it. First you have to go through the education and then you get the job. It's that kind of energy. First you have to go through the institute, right? First we have to give you permission, and then you can do it. And so there's this temperance waiting patiently to either go through this institute, to get the permission, it's that kind of energy, to get the paperwork done, to go through all the red tape, And patience is absolutely necessary where this is concerned. And maybe that's causing some worry or keeping you away from people and situations that you want to be around. It's kind of like you found this new group, but first you have to finish this thing out first. And that can take time, and it can take a lot of mental energy and physical stress and that kind of thing happening here. But there is a refinement going on. It just takes some time. All right, let's get some. And you're the magician. Remember, you're the magician here. So where thoughts go, energy flows. And here, you might be putting too much energy, too much thinking into a negative thought, into worrying about something. With that Sun card, you could get some information into an illness or something that's been bothering you mentally that brings health, a revived health situation, right? And that could come through hospitals because we're looking at the Hierophant card. Or practitioners of some sort. People who are steeped in tradition. People who have, so, I mean, it could even be like Chinese medicine, but they've gone through all the study. There's a lot of study with the Hierophant. Okay, clarity. Five of Pentacles, these are challenges that we face together. What you want to be careful here of, especially with the Magician card, is a lack mentality. But this also gives me the feeling that there is somebody who, maybe you are dealing with some physical instabilities. Perhaps somebody's going through a divorce. I can see that here. And you might even be worried about where you're going to go next. I can see that. And it's kind of like you have these moments where you just, everything's going to be okay. It's almost like the daylight when you're occupied and you're doing stuff, you feel fine, but at night, that's when the insecurities or those thoughts creep in. And with the Magician card, you're being asked to keep your thoughts on what you want because that's what you're manifesting. So you do have to be careful with your thinking here. I see that very clearly. Okay. Well, this is partnerships, relationships. It can be worry about a partnership or relationship, or a little bit of fear where in regards to it. But these are people who mirror our desires. There can be distance with the Three of Swords because we feel sort of left out. So there might be distance from somebody in regards to a relationship. And that's also why I say it's very possible that there is, well, I mean, the Hierophant can be marriage or it can be a divorce where these are concerned, right? So it's a mixed bag. Maybe some of you are going to get married and maybe some of you are getting a divorce. But relationships, partnerships are definitely in the mix here. It's also possible that some people have been feeling left out, feeling alone, and all of a sudden somebody comes into your life that are similar to you, that kind of can ground you a little bit and make you feel good again. And bring back some balance into your life because I see really like it's very up and down here, and I do feel like you could use some anchoring, some groundedness. And the Star. That's lovely. Okay, so everything is under a lucky star. And remember, we're looking into 6 months here. So the Star is something that's further away. But it all kind of comes together nicely. This is associated with Aquarius. Aquarius for me is information. The water bear, water holds information and memory. What is available to one is available to everybody. If you see people who have the perfect relationship, the beautiful home, the house and garden, everything that they could possibly want, that's available to you as well. There's no need for lack. You have to be careful of your thinking. You don't have to do anything, but you're manifesting something. And if you want to manifest something better, you should keep your thinking on that, because you're putting a lot of energy, there's a lot of focus on that. Now, in regards to relationships, you have a concept of a relationship, right? Or a partner, whether this is romantic or business or whatever. You have a concept, you have a vision of what it is, and you kind of look to see, does this situation match my vision? Does it match my concept of what it should be, right? And that's a little bit of the Hierophant there too. So I kind of want you to be a little bit careful where the Hierophant is concerned, because the Hierophant is rigid. There's rigidity there. It's like you fill out the forms or you get nothing. You stand in this line or you get nothing. You ask for permission or you get nothing, right? And I don't want you to do that. I want you to broaden that a little bit, to kind of break out of that shell just a little bit. So you don't hold on to that rigidity of it has to be this way or no way. In other words, you need to be a little more flexible, right? That's the Temperance card. Flexibility. Things are in a state of flux with the Temperance card. But with the Star card there, it's the future looks very bright. You're being led to where you need to go. And you could get a lot of information from now until 6 months that will change things, right? Interesting, Cancer. Well, it seems to me like you've been through some stuff in the past that you worry that it will continue on. And it will if you keep worrying about it. I'll just put it that way. So use the sun, use the youthful, happy energy to counteract that. Okay? What does Spirit want you to know? The Tower. Something very unexpected is going to happen. Something's here to shake up your life a little bit. And allow you, so let's put it this way. What the Tower does is it breaks down what is not firm. You have built something on shaky ground. That's this, okay? This is your, and it's on the bottom, right? This is your shaky ground. And this gets to be removed so that you can rebuild on solid ground and have this. Your concept, your vision, your idea of what it is to be happy with the sun, to feel joy and to love life, right? Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I think it's pretty complete, and we'll get those details as we move through the next 6 months, obviously. This is a pretty big concept, but it's starting now. And so if you can take this information with you as you move forward, I think it can really help. Maybe you want to refer to this video a few times. I would save it if I were you. Or not. That's up to you. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. I hope it's been helpful. I will return in 2 weeks with a full moon reading, and I do dailies. Thank you again. Take care. Bye.